Hello students, it's my pleasure to welcome you to this online video class, courtesy of Sleek Angels International School. My name is Praise Sandra, the Business Studies teacher for JS2. Our topic for today's class is Petty Cash Book. But before we go on, I want to let you know the things you are to cover at the end of this lesson. Number one, you are to define petty cash book. Number two, you are to mention the columns in a petty cash book. Number three, you are to state the needs for petty cash book. And number four, you are to prepare a petty cash book. Thank you. Now, the definition of petty cash book. A petty cash book is a book that is used to record small expenses such as postage stamp, envelopes, and other small items that are needed in the office, which cannot be paid by check. Thank you. Okay, the next subheading is columns in a petty cash book. The following are columns in a petty cash book: the amount received, the date given, the particulars of expenses, voucher number, and the total amount. Now let's take them one after the other. The number one on this debit side of the petty cash book is amount received. This amount is the money given to the petty cashier to keep for small expenses. The money given to the petty cashier to keep for small expenses. That is the amount received. Let's say 2,000 naira is given to a petty cashier to keep. Now, this 2,000 naira is known as interest, or we can also call it float. It's kept by the petty cashier, and it is used for small expenses in an organization. Then number two is the date given. That is the particular date that amount is given to the petty cashier. The third one is the particulars of expenses. That is the column that explains the transaction or the particular expenses that took place. Okay, number 2, small amount of money needed urgently for the purchase of small items can be made available without going through protocols. That is to say that the organization don't have to run helter-skelter in order to buy little things for the organization. Then number 3, it results in the economic use of the ledger. Alright, the next subheading is the preparation of the petty cash book. Record the following in the relevant columns of the petty cash book of Chike Ama, a sole trader. January 1st, petty cashier received an impress amount of 2,000 naira. On January 2nd, paid for bus fare 200 naira. On January 4th, paid for postage 150 naira. On January 8th, paid for duplicating paper 300 naira. On January 12th, bought envelope 250 naira. On January 16th, paid Mr. Carlo 500 naira. On January 25th, bought office pins for 100 naira. On January 28th, bought stamps for 100 naira. On January 30th, paid taxi fare for 200 naira. Alright, now let's go to the preparation of petty cash book itself. On the board here is a typical example of a petty cash book. It has 8 columns. The amount received, the dates, the particulars, the voucher number, total amount, transport, postage, stationery, office, and ledger account. Now, on January 1st, petty cashier received an impressed amount of 2,000 naira. That amount received by the petty cashier will be posted on the amount received. And the date, January 1st, will be written here, which means on January 1st, Chike Ama received the amount of 2,000 naira. $2,000. On January 2nd, paid for bus fare. Please take notes. The person that paid money for bus fare is the petty cashier. He gave out money for bus fare, and then he will record it in this petty cash book, 200 naira. On January 1st, petty cashier received an impressed amount of 2,000 naira. That amount of 2,000 naira received by the petty cashier will be recorded on this column, amount received. And the date is January 1st. $2,000. On January 2nd, paid for bus fare, 200 naira. The petty cashier will record the 200 naira, fare on the total amount and then post it to the relevant column. Therefore, the date is January 2nd. The transaction that took place there is bus fare. Therefore, you write here bus fare. And the amount will first be written here before it will then be posted to the particular column, which is transport, because the money was used for transport fare. And we have here transport. Therefore, we write 200. We are done with the postage. On January 4th, paid for postage, 150 naira. It will be posted on the debit side of the petty cash book first, before it will be taken to the credit side of the petty cash book. Therefore, we have here January 4th. On the particulars, we'll write postage as the transaction that took place. And the amount will first of all be posted on this column, total amount column. And the amount is 150 naira. Then we are going to look for the column where this postage belongs. And if we look at the petty cash book on the board, you find out that the postage column falls in here. Therefore, we'll write 150 naira. The next transaction that took place is on the January 8th. Paid for duplicating paper, 300 naira. Paid for duplicating paper, 300 naira. We'll write down the date first. January 8th. Duplicating paper, 300 naira. Remember, you are bringing all the amounts first on the total column. You will bring all the amounts on the total column first. You post it here first before you take it to the particular column where that particular transaction belongs. All right. Duplicating paper belongs on the stationery column. Therefore, we'll bring the 300 naira here. Now, on January 12th, bought envelope for 250 naira. The pastry cashier gave out money for envelope, 250 naira. So we post it first on the debit side and then take it to the credit side of the petty cash book. Therefore, we have January 12th, envelope. Write envelope on the particulars column, and then you bring the amount 250 naira under the total amount. Then you post it to the credit side of the petty cash book by locating where envelope belongs. An envelope belongs on the stationery. 250 naira. Then on the January 16th, paid Mr. Carlo 500 naira. The petty cashier paid Mr. Carlo 500 naira on January 16th. You first of all post it to the debit side of the petty cash book and then locate the column on the debit side of the cash book. So here we have January 16th. You write here Mr. Carlo. The amount is 500 naira. 500 naira. And this amount on the debit side will be posted under the ledger accounts column. 500 naira. The next transaction was on January 25th. Bought office pins for 100 naira. Bought office pins for 100 naira. We'll post it first on the debit side, January 25th. Office pin is the transaction that took place. And the amount is 100 naira, which will come under the total amount first. Then you locate where it belongs. We have office on the column. You take it to the office column. 100 naira. Now we have January 28th. Bought stamps. 100 naira. The same thing. We'll post it first on the debit side. January 28th. Bought stamps. You write stamps as the transaction that took place. And then you write 100 naira on total amount column and you locate where stamps belong. Looking at the columns we have on this particular cash book, you will find out that postage is here. Stamp belong on postage, therefore you post it here. 100 naira. Now we have the last transaction that took place there on January 30th. Paid taxi fare. The petty cashier gave out money for taxi fare, 200 naira. The money will first be recorded on the debit side, 30th, and the transaction that took place was taxi fare, and the amount 200 naira. Now, on the credit side, you ask yourself, where should I post it? You locate where taxi fare belongs. Taxi fare belongs on the transport column. You bring it down here. And that is all about the posting for this particular cash book. The next thing is to total the petty cash book and balance it for the next month. Alright, now that we are done with the posting of the transactions that took place in this petty cash book, the next thing we are to do now is to balance the petty cash book by adding up the figures. So we start with the ledger account. Since we have just 500 naira here, we'll bring down the 500. On office column, we have just 100 naira. Therefore, we'll bring down the 100 naira. Under the stationery column, you can see we have 300 naira and 250 naira. So we add up. 0 plus 0 will give us 0. 0 plus 5 will give us 5. 3 plus 2 will give us 5, which is 550 naira. We move down to postage column. We have 150 naira and 100 naira. So we add up. 0 plus 0 will give us 0. 5 plus 0 will give us 5. And 1 plus 1 will give us 2, which is 250 naira for postage. Under transport, we have 200 naira and another 200 naira. So we add them up. 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. 2 plus 2 is 4. We have 400 naira. And then on the total amount, we are going to add all together to enable us get the amount spent by the petty cashier for a period of time, say 1 month. Now we add up. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 and plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 5 is 5, plus 0, 5, plus 5 is 10, plus 0 is still 10, plus 0, 10, plus 0, 10, and plus 0, 10. Therefore, write 0 and carry 1. 1 plus 2 will give us 3. 3 plus 1 will give us 4. 4 plus 3 will give us 7. 7 plus 2 will give us 9. 9 plus 5 will give us 14. 14 plus 1 will give us 15. 15 plus 1 will give us 16. And 16 plus 2 will give us 18. We'll write 18. So what we have here is 1,800 naira. This 1,800 naira was what the petty cashier spent from the 2,000 naira that was given to him from the beginning of this petty cash book. Remember, on January 1st, 2,000 naira was given to petty cashier. And that was why we wrote this 2,000 naira here under amount received. Now, he had spent 1,800 naira from this 2,000 naira. And these are the expenses that he made. Now, we are going to deduct 1,800 naira from 2,000 naira in your rough paper. And that will give us 200 naira remaining. That 200 naira is known as our balance carried down. And it has the last date of the month. This month is was the month of January. Therefore, the balance carried down will be on the January 31st. I hope you are following. Now let's do it. Let's do it somewhere here. 2,000 naira minus 1,800 naira. 0 minus 0, 0. 0 minus 0 will give us 0. 0 minus 8 cannot go. What do? We take 1 from the 2, put it here, and call it 10. We say 10 minus 8 will give us 2. And 1 is remaining here, remember? 1 minus 1 is 0. Therefore, we have 200 naira. So this 200 naira you bring it down here. 200 naira. This 200 naira has its date as January 31st. And you will write here, balance carried down. CD stands for carried down. Balance carried down. 200 naira is now the balance carried down. Then, the next thing we have to do here is to bring down this 2,000 naira here. This 2,000 naira, you will bring it down here. And finally, in the new month, which is February 1st, what is remaining with the petit cashier is 200 naira. Therefore, it will be written here, February 1st. And it is balance brought forward. Sorry, balance brought down. I said the next month following the month of January is February. You will write down here February 1st. And what you will write under the particulars is balance brought down. We are now bringing this balance carried down to the next month. That's why it is called balance brought down. And the amount is this very 200 naira. It will be written, sorry, it will be written here. That is balance brought down. Now this 200 naira is what is remaining with the petit cashier. For them to continue, that is for the organization to continue, they have to reimburse this amount. They have to give the petit cashier the amount of 1,800 naira in order to make up this money, this 200 naira, to the former 2,000 naira, to start again in the month of February for petit expenses. And this is the end of the lesson for today. Here is your assignment. Okay, here is an assignment for you to do. Number one, in your own words, what do you understand by the term petit cash book? Number two, state two needs of the petit cash book you know. Number three, draw the columns that are found in a petit cash book. Do the assignments, snap it, and send it to my WhatsApp number 0706 124 6113. Bye. See you in our next class.